these on here.
There you go.
There you go.
Hello.
These are all teaching points.
Yeah.
Well, it's lucky that we don't really get highly stressed about these things. I mean, it's just what happens, right? But anyways, thank you for your patience.
Yes.
And so I was telling the whole story about your life.
Yeah, we all heard it.
So it's super, super nice to meet you guys like face to face, because as I was saying, we were watching you guys before you even knew that. So we were just creeping stuff and just watching. And so we just think that you're the coolest people because you post your own stuff, and that's fabulous. But you guys do so much for other channels. It's amazing to me how much you guys have helped everybody else. So anyways, you guys just started your channel 2.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I went back and watched your old ones, a lot of them. So where you were building your own chicken coop and yeah, good for you.
Her finger still.
Yeah. Oh man. And
we
so
running a nail through one.
Yeah, your very first project was the chicken coop, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And Terry wanted the chickens.
Yes.
What made you be in love with chickens for so long?
I don't know. I always wanted chickens. I wanted to have fresh eggs. I grew up in Missouri and always had friends that I'd go and get eggs from because I like fresh farm eggs. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted fresh eggs.
She talked about that for years.
Yeah, wanting chickens.
So.
Yeah, I heard that last night, and I was thinking, oh, that's kind of cute because that's not people want a dog or you get a cat, but chickens, that's kind of sweet. So you've started your own homestead. You definitely have a homestead there. It's absolutely beautiful, and your turkeys and chickens, like they just have the run of the mill, like they just run all over the place.
Yeah.
They just do whatever they want.
The good thing is we don't really have any neighbors.
Well, one, but they don't count.
Yeah, they don't count. It's a rental house. They come and go all the time.
Sometimes there's people, sometimes there's
but they're across another pasture over here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is your dream homestead, and this is where you're going to stay now. That's it.
Yeah, we talked about what brought us back to the States was the death of our oldest son.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We finally realized we were having so much fun, touring the world and going places and living abroad and stuff like that. And it truly was cultural fun.
Yes.
And a learning experience. And we were just carefree, no kids. We have a dog and life is good. And then tragedy hit us. We lost our oldest son. And it was like simultaneously, it's time to come home, be around family, gallivant in the world. So we're done. Because I've been doing it since I was 18 years old in 1979. Boot camp, Korea, then Germany, 16 years in Germany. And I've been to 37 different countries.
Wow.
Not all pleasure.
Yeah.
Some of it was business, but
do you call that business? I don't know.
Yeah, business was good back then. And so we agreed right away that it was time to come home, to be around family, because when you lose a child, there is no greater pain in the world.
Oh, no.
I've been shot. I've broken bones and dislocations and all kinds of stuff. That's all physical pain, but your spiritual side almost dies.
Yeah.
And it was time to come home.
Yeah.
And so we came to Missouri, and we found out right before we came to, Oklahoma, that our granddaughter had moved to Oklahoma. Her mom had moved here, met a wonderful guy. They're married, and they moved to Oklahoma. And so I told Terry, I said, wow, we got a job offer over here. And then come to find out, when we got here, we looked, that kitchen's too small. I said, but it has a lot of land. It has a lot of land. And she goes, I can't work in there. It's all about the kitchen, guys. Just give in. And then come to find out, when we finally found the place, we were living in a hotel for a month or more.
Well, it was also
during COVID.
The C word.
Oh, dear.
And come to find out, the house she picked, without even knowing, we live 7 miles from our granddaughter.
Down a dirt road.
Oh,
a dirt gravel road, 7 miles, and we're at her house.
Yeah.
And so,
wow.
And had no clue.
Isn't that funny?
Our house was built in 2018. And the people, so they had a fire here. The old cabin farmhouse burnt. He built this for his wife. And then his wife changed her mind. She wanted to live on the lake. So they sold the place. And she'd seen it on Zillow,
yeah.
And she kept coming back. I said, yeah, but it's only got like 3 acres. And then we kept looking. We traveled this whole countryside looking for the right place. And finally I gave in. I said, okay, let's go look at it. I couldn't pry her out of here with a crowbar. This was it. I'd have to live with it. And she's happy. And happy wife is a happy life. So
we never know. I mean, things happen. We could end up moving.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been other job offers and stuff like that for me and stuff like that. But right now, this is where we're going to stay. Then my son, our other son, moved with our other 2 grandchildren to Oklahoma City, which is an hour and a half away. So they moved out of Colorado, moved to Oklahoma for work. And so we're all here in Oklahoma now.
And daughters in Waco, Texas, and other sons in Missouri.
We're in Missouri, yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We got married in 2009. So we've got the Brady Bunch family.
Yes.
yeah.
Combined family.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I hate the word people.
That's
I hate the word step, and I hate parents that use, that's my stepdaughter and my stepson. They're just my kids. And I can't, I don't like that stigma thing that, you're not really mine. I'm just tolerating you. But I've never treated any of the kids anyway, but they're my children. So.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
That is really nice. I'm so sorry. We had kind of a disjointed beginning. And so typically I would have addressed our people in here. And I think that I should just run back really quick and do that if you don't mind. Yeah. So we just want to say hello. Hi, Kevin. Hiking with Jackie Boy. TNT Adventures. Hi. Thanks for coming in. Sorry, I'm going to be a little bit rushed. But I do just want to thank you all for coming here. Hey there, Rushing Wind. Nice to see you here. Diana Regala. So nice of you to come in. Thank you. I know that you're just a new subscriber here on our channel, and this is our first live with you. So welcome. You know what? It doesn't typically go like this. Like it's a little bit smoother at the beginning. So go Days. Hey there. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Our cabin in the woods. So nice to have you in here tonight. Coffee Walks is here. Deb and OJ. We've got Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. Of course. My goodness. Yeah, exactly. And thank you so much to our moderators here. We honestly wouldn't have a clue if it weren't for you guys. So thank you so much. Sandra Braden.
Thank you all for the birthday wishes.
Oh, that was nice. Happy birthday, Brian.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's great. Hiking with Jackie Boy. We've said hi. We've got Brian at the Vineyard Farmhouse. Yeah, I know. We fixed that since, so we're good now. Possum Run Homestead. Hey there. Thanks for coming in. We're going to rush by here. Evelyn Newman, welcome. Scott, Roundling with the Brooms. We've got Karen Breast. Hi there. Nice to see you in here tonight. We've got, Wendata Time Farmstead. Thank you for coming in. I say hi to everybody because this is like our favorite time to visit with you all. But Chris Davis from Australia. Hey,
Wow.
welcome. Thanks for coming in. Willow Place Farm. We can hear both couples. Willow Place Farm. I know that one very well. That's my girl. Thanks for coming in. David Norris. We've got Virginia Alexander. Loud, clear. Are we too loud, guys?
Loud and clear.
Oh, loud and clear. Loud and clear. Okay, good. Fisherman 506. Hey there. Thanks for coming in. And yes, we hear you. Still can't see you. Okay, so we're back a little way still. Oh, guys. Okay, sorry. Here we go. I don't want to miss anyone. Wanda Hendry, welcome. Evelyn Newman, welcome. And okay. All right. So Chris Davis from Australia. That's fabulous. Thank you so much for coming in. We're getting friends from all over the world, which is really fun. Hey?
Yes.
Well, like, who would have known? Samantha Gotcher. Hey. Oh, that's lovely to see you guys in here. Thank you. Happy birthday, Ryan. Another happy birthday. Had a really great day today. Okay, so if anybody watched last season when we were on the island and we had literally nothing, we were sleeping in what is now our bathroom. So we were sleeping in a shed, which is now our bathroom.
That was our 49 square foot house.
Yeah. And so it was exactly a year ago today that we were here, not in a cabin, not in anything, cooking over a fire, literally. And it was his birthday, and I forgot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I forgot that it was his birthday. So, oh, no, we got to address them, honey. So anyways, I went out and I found pudding, and I made this horrific little dessert type cake thing. So anyways, I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget his birthday today. So, honey, if you go under the bed on the other side in a bin, you can go and bring something to prove that I did not forget.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, hurry. Go.
He's been hiding it for 1 year.
This was really, really hard because I had to actually ice it under the bed. No, it's the chocolate almonds are a gift for you, honey. It's in a bin, the purple bin. So it's a cake. I actually remember. Yeah, it's a real cake that I actually remembered. Anyways, so I just wanted him to know. I did that, honey. I did it for you. Hurry.
When did you make this?
But the problem is that it didn't ice very well. So
Happy birthday to me.
So here's his little birthday cake out here.
There you go.
Well,
There
happy
you go.
birthday, Ryan.
Happy birthday.
You know what? This is so much better than last year. Last year was literally butterscotch pudding with 2 different kinds of Oreo cookies all smushed into it. That was it.
Hey there, Johnny at Gillum Farms. Welcome in. Okay, so because we know lots about you, because you guys have been really transparent and amazing with how you share your life with everybody.
Much too transparent last night, apparently.
We actually wanted to ask you questions that probably nobody has ever asked you. And yeah, so that we can get to know you guys just a little bit better. So one of them is, Mike, what have you done in your life that you are most proud of?
Wow. I think I tell everybody I was christened in the Catholic Church, forced to go to church, hit in the back of the head a couple of times because my dad said, God don't think things are funny when you're laughing in church as kids. So you're ingrained, this is what you do. So when I became a teenager, I left all that behind and said, this is my life. I'm going to do what I want to do. I was in Iraq and I zipped up my first soldier in a body bag.
Oh dear.
Mm.
And that's when I
Yeah.
truly became a Christian.
Oh.
But that's when it was clear to me that I needed somebody stronger than me.
Amen. Yeah.
So
Oh.
I'm so proud to call him my Heavenly Father. So,
Amen. Oh. Oh.
and I'm sorry that it had to happen that way, but I've never been happier in my life since then. So
We understand. We really do. Yeah. It's kind of the same with Ryan, I think. In his life, not the same situation, but the realization that there was someone bigger than him out there. And for us to have this hope it's life-saving, life-changing.
Sure.
And thank you so much for sharing, Mike. It's
but I think that was my greatest, I feel like, an accomplishment, because I was young, dumb, out of control. I had kids. My career was the most important thing to me in my life. My vanity moving up in the ranks. And he humbled me.
Oh, yeah.
So
Thank you for that. Yeah. And Terry, what about you? What about what have you done in your life that you would say you're most proud of?
I don't know. I think I'm most proud of my kids. I mean, that they're probably the most important thing next to him, and of course faith in God. But
Right.
yeah, my kids for sure. I raised two very happy and well-adjusted children that have made their way into the world, and they're doing great. So that to me.
But I will tell you something about Terry is that most of that time she did it all alone as a single mom, working paycheck to paycheck, giving them what they need, not what they want.
Right.
Teaching them responsibility. And our daughter, Brittany, is the epitome of Terry. She is so responsible, a take charge young lady, and she gets that all from her mom.
Aw. Well, that's a testimony to you as a mom, Terry.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. Wow.
Both of our second marriages.
Yeah.
We learned.
Okay.
Yeah.
My third, but
It's her third.
First
but
two didn't go well.
It is so refreshing. We had a conversation before we got married. We wanted to know, hey, what does the other one expect from the other one?
Right.
And we both, I said, this is me. You're not allowed to tell me to do anything. You're not to say you can't. I can't say you can't. I believe no one person is allowed to control another person's life. It's their life. You're sharing it together. And I think when you make that commitment, and it's happened to me, because I stop and I think and I go, wow, Terry would never tell me I couldn't go down here and buy this. But then I stop and I go, wow, what, that WWT, what would Terry
want you to do?
And it's true when you're given free will to do whatever you want, but the other person's thoughts and what they think comes into your thought process. then you have a lot of love and respect for the other person. And that we've lived by that.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, we can tell there's a lot of love there between the two of you.
Yeah. And what a creed in life to go forward with. I mean, it's true, you know, they say a lot of times that the second or third marriages don't have as great a success rate. I mean, we've been there. We understand completely. We have a lot in common with you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, Terry's life sounds just like mine. But yeah, I think that the respect is so important, isn't it?
Yes.
Without it, wow.
I mean, when you don't think about the other person's feeling, I respect but you do everything without thinking about the other person, then, you know, you got something to work on.
Right.
And yeah, we've both been hurt. We've both been blessed with children. We were both single parents. And I met her. I met her on MySpace.
Oh, right.
Remember MySpace before Facebook?
Yeah.
That's how we met. Because
wow.
you know, I was single. I was raising kids. I was miserable. It was, and I told my sister. I said, I will get married when hell freezes over, and Elvis comes back as a Chinese woman. That's when. And then when I told my sister, found out I was getting married, she goes, "Is the apocalypse here? And is Elvis back?" I said, "No. I just when I saw her, I go, wow, what a beautiful woman." And because on MySpace you could go by zip code and find everybody that was in your zip code or in your town or in your county. They narrowed it down like that on MySpace, and that's how I met her. Because I mean, I was dating and stuff like that, but I didn't want to date where I lived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was meeting people that was an hour away and stuff like that. And I didn't want to introduce any woman to my boys because they were teenagers and they're like me. They have an opinion about everything, and they don't hide their feelings. And I said, well, I'm not going to do that. And then I met her, and she was in my home, basically in the town next to mine. And the funny thing is we had gotten together, we had gotten married. Then we were moving because I took a job in Arizona, and we were moving all the stuff. And I go, huh? And she goes, what's that? And she goes, how do you got my business card? I go, whoa, that's you. And she goes, when did you get that? And I said,
he was stalking me.
I walked into the realtor's office to look for this one guy in the Army. They said, hey, go look for this guy. He's a retired sergeant major. He'll help you out. And so I went in there and asked for him, and she was sitting in there, and she goes, well, here, you can take one of my business cards and you can call back, because I didn't have the phone number. I just knew where the place was. And that's how I got her business card. And I had put it in a drawer or something like that. And we had actually met and didn't even realize that we met before. So,
no.
Yeah.
Isn't that unreal?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That is so interesting. So, wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's amazing. Now, there's a few other questions we have.
A little lighter though.
No, these are so important. So, this one isn't. I mean, what would this whole community that's on here, what would we be surprised to know about you, both of you?
You can go first.
Oh, I don't even know. What would they be surprised?
They'd be surprised.
Let's see.
Why don't we mix it up?
I'll just give you a hint. You big geek.
Well, I am a geek. That's true. Oh, but most people already know that, I think.
But tell them how it started with the boys in school.
Well, yeah, I used to play Dungeons and Dragons when I was in well, they call it middle school now, junior high.
I hated those people in school.
a kid playing Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I did Dungeons and Dragons, and I became a gamer later. When they started. Well,
okay.
I guess first was Sega, and then Nintendo, and then so I'm still
We
a
got
gamer.
boxes of garbage like that stored upstairs.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I guess maybe that would be it.
It's kind of like, they say every 18 months technology doubles. It's like a new. The alarm went off. It's been 18 months. You got to get new computers.
Yeah.
I've got an Oculus. I've got an Xbox, a PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is interesting. I'm surprised to know that. Yeah, that's interesting. And how about you, Mike?
People don't know about me. I used to work drug enforcement for the federal government, and I worked overseas, and I was working a case where the military postal service was moving some illicit stuff back to the States using U.S. transports, which is cargo ships that they mail, where they take the mail back and all that kind of stuff. And I was working the case for like 8-9 months. And I finally got in to be taken on one of those transports to guard the mail and stuff like that when it goes over, because they carry all kinds of stuff over back to the States. And when we got back to Bayonne, New Jersey, I found a payphone. A payphone is one of those things that's on a pole in the community, and now they're like dinosaurs. They're in museums now.
Yes.
And so there was one on the dock, and I went down there and made a phone call to the number that they gave me that I had memorized. And I called them. So the feds came in, locked down the ship, removed 1,140 pounds of hashish from the boat that they were moving. And I was in pre-trial confinement for, I think it was about 4 weeks in prison, because they put you in prison in the federal lockup.
So nobody knows.
So nobody knows. And
oh my word.
So I suffered through that, went into court. They called the first witness, and on each case of the people that were in the courtroom different days. And I was the first witness for each one of them, and their jaws just dropped, because it took me 9 months to get in good with them and then put them all in prison, because they were carting all that stuff using the postal service to bring it back to the States. So a lot of people don't know that, but few people do. A lot of people do now.
That is unreal.
The limitations on that has already expired, so I can tell that story. So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
So you were actually an undercover DEA agent.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now Ryan's just in awe.
I worked with the DEA, but I was on the military side in the criminal investigation division.
Yeah.
And it was all planned out. That was what I was supposed to do. And it worked to the T. But I did that for 9 years, which is probably the reason I got divorced, because I was gone so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesse.
So here's a question for Mike.
The original Ray Breslin, only Mike didn't break out.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that one.
Yeah.
Hey there, guys. Oh, hi, Tiffany at Canadian Family Life.
That's
Hello
another
there.
reason I've never had a ticket.
Hi, Sherry.
Yeah.
Oh, I never had a ticket.
Yeah.
Every time I get pulled over and they
Makes me
take
so
my
mad.
license, they come back and they say, "Brother, you need to slow down."
Yeah.
And Terry's like
I'm
this.
like,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You are going through Tucson at 95 miles an hour
Yeah.
in a 60,
Yeah.
and he says, "Slow down, brother."
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when they run
And the
you,
trooper,
they can tell right away you're a police officer.
and the trooper said, "Do you have any weapons in the car?" As when he came up, not knowing anything, and he said, "Well, no." He didn't think about it. He had a bow and a boat case in the back, and the trooper's like, well, what's that? And he's like, well, that's my bow.
Is that a weapon? I said, yeah, but by the time I got it out, he goes, yeah, I'd have shot you.
Yeah.
Then he takes the driver's license, goes
And
back to his car.
and
He
I'm
goes,
like,
hey, brother, you need to slow down.
are you kidding?
He gets pulled over.
I had a ticket.
She's batting her eyes and everything. He goes, here you go.
Give me a ticket. Except for the one in Colorado Springs.
The one guy in Colorado Springs, he was a sheriff,
Yeah.
El Paso County, pulled her over because she was doing, I don't know what she was
5
doing.
over or something.
And
10 maybe.
He goes, oh, ma'am. And he goes like this and hands her her license back. But then he gives her his business card. And on the back says, call me, and puts his private cell phone number. I go, dude, I'm sitting right here.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, my
no.
goodness. Wow. An interesting life. We could literally talk with you guys for a long, long time. Mike, so how well would you say you know Terry then?
Pretty well. We've won some game shows.
You what?
We've won a game show
Yeah.
knowing each other
Yeah. No, on Kettle Kitchen.
on Kettle Kitchen.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
All right.
They ran away.
So anyway, guys, I'm glad you're here on the channel.
Yeah.
We while they're taking a break,
yes.
we just
We'll
like
be
to
back.
thank you guys for coming in. And let's see, Goat Days is in here.
Yeah.
Hey, there's TNT Ventures.
Yeah. Rushing Wind Mountain. Hello.
That's right.
Brian at the Vineyard
Farmhouse.
Oh, Brian.
Yes.
There's Lori Carp. Hi,
Lori Carp. Hello.
TNT
Hey, they're back.
Ventures. Hey. Hi. Welcome back to the show.
Okay, that was
My bad.
She told you earlier not to touch that stuff.
yeah, because and there he is, like ding, 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 and off. But that's okay. We're on. We're back on. So, Mike,
Hmm?
what is Terry's shoe size?
Oh.
It really depends. She can wear a 7 to a 7.5, depending on the make of the shoe.
He's close. 6.5 to a 7, but yeah.
Or 6.5 to a 7, yeah.
He
That's
has a
really-
7, right. He's
Yeah.
good.
That is really
You didn't
good.
even skip a beat.
Not at all. Like he just totally was on it.
I've
Wow.
been through the torture that is shoe shopping.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. So what's the favorite place that you've ever visited? I know you guys loved living in South Korea. But how about places that you've been? What would you say your favorite was?
I loved Rome.
She loved Rome.
Yeah.
You loved Rome. Yeah.
I loved Australia.
Yeah. That's a close second. It was so expensive though.
Yeah.
So expensive. But it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just really pricey.
I like that the boats are taxis.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, when you go down
In
to Sydney
Sydney.
Harbor and stuff and you take a taxi, you can go, it's a boat, you can go anywhere. I love that part of it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So you've been on so many adventures. Like Australia, they say don't they say that the most dangerous animals in any one place is in Australia?
It's in Australia.
Yeah.
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 I think the only ones we saw were in the zoo though.
Yeah.
So we went to
Yeah.
the Sydney Zoo.
She is a absolutely fanatic about going to zoos.
Love zoos.
I just go, if you've
Some
seen
people
one
hate
tiger,
them.
I've seen all the tigers. And she can just walk. She's like
Love it.
we were
I
in
like to see the
Taiwan,
animals.
and everything in Taiwan is in the zoo goes up. Right? And I'm going, oh my gosh. And there she
Australia
goes.
was the same way.
Same way in
Yeah,
Australia.
I love
Everything's up on the side of a mountain.
a hill.
A
Yeah.
hill, yeah. And she just loves zoos.
Yeah.
The worst one, San Diego. Man, that's a big zoo.
That is a big zoo.
I like
gosh.
San Diego Zoo.
And
but
every
it was-
zoo you go to, it's under construction.
Well, and it was really under construction when you and I went.
Yeah.
I'd been there before, and I really liked San
Yeah.
Diego. St. Louis Zoo. I grew up in Missouri again, so St. Louis is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the one in Rome.
The worst one that goes uphill is the Cheyenne.
Yeah, Cheyenne Mountain was definitely up
In
the
Colorado
side of the
Springs.
mountain.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what's the cutest animal you've ever seen in person?
Koala.
Yeah, I
Love
would think so.
koalas.
Yeah, that would be cute. That
Are
would.
they slow moving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, a koala.
There, yeah.
Not as slow as a sloth, but they
Sloth.
have to move very fast
No.
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who is okay? So these are just like I'm just shooting questions off just because, like I say, this whole community knows so much about you, but do they know these little things?
I don't
So
know.
do they know your favorite colors? Mike, what's your favorite color?
Mine is black until they make something darker.
And what about yours, Terry?
Blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
And
Any particular? Oh, any shade of blue.
He's never had a blue car.
No, I've never had a blue car. I wouldn't want. Well, that's true. I don't know, but I like blue.
and what's the coolest car you've ever owned? That was Ryan's question.
Coolest car I've ever owned. What was it? A 1980. What was it? An 89 Chevy Camaro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
haven't owned too many cars, so.
What about you, Mike?
1969 Roadrunner.
Nice.
That was my
That is a good one.
my very first car, my project car in high school. I even took it to shop class and to have everybody help me work on it. I got it registered. I got everything. A week later, stolen.
No.
Oh no.
They found the chassis over in South Phoenix. In South Phoenix, and it had been stripped to the bone to the chassis. So
That have a 383 in it?
Oh.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
6-pack?
yes.
Oh no.
My second one was I had a 76 Firebird Formula with a T-top
Oh yeah.
and hood scoops on it. That was my second favorite car I've ever owned.
Man, that Roadrunner would have been fast. They're kind of like Super Bees, right?
Yeah, well, they're in the class of the Super B. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Nice.
Oh man. So you know all about it, eh?
Yeah.
So now, huh?
that's
Didn't take mine to shop class.
that's dude stuff.
That is dude stuff.
She loves a fast car.
I like good cars. My uncle's a.
Hence, she gets tickets when she drives.
My uncle builds hot rods, so that
Oh.
so
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
got
wow.
a 34 Ford right now, and then he had a 32 Chevy Coupe when
Yeah.
I was younger, and then he had a 56 Chevy Bel Air that I thought I was getting when I turned 16, but he sold it. So
Oh no.
Oh.
I had a 455 Rocket in my car. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow. Oh, there's Jesse says his first new car was a Vet. Oh, it was a Chevette.
there you go. There you go.
That's Jesse, hey? That's cute. I had a Ford Topaz, if anyone's impressed.
All right.
Okay.
I had a Fairlane. It was a 1969 Ford Fairlane. It was falling apart. It was horrible.
They're worth money nowadays.
It was as old as I was. So
Yeah.
So is there anything that the two of you haven't done that you would really love to do that's on your bucket list, let's say, that you haven't done yet, but you'd like to?
I want to go to Spain. I want to see all the Gothic churches.
And I've been there.
Insane.
And
Yeah.
I've been there 5 times. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've been to Italy, been to England. I mean, I don't think for me going somewhere is. I always wanted to go on a cruise as long as the Navy wasn't steering the ship. And we're
Yeah.
going to go in 25. So
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go on a trip, and Jesse and Scott had put that together. So we're going to that. So
Yeah.
that's something on my bucket list. So yeah.
Huh.
So when you spent all that time in Germany, did you learn German?
Yes.
Oh, he knows German
Yeah.
very well. Yeah.
I had to because I was working undercover in Germany, and my partner was a German police officer, which they call creepo agents. And
Oh, really?
Well, it means something in their language.
All right.
So the person who creeps around and spies on you and then arrests you.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so amazing, eh?
I did that. My ex-wife is German. Both my kids are half German. In fact, her great grandmother was a product of the Hitler breeding farms in Austria.
Oh, wow.
And she was kicked out and put into an orphanage because she was born with red hair, because two blondes together can make a redhead. And then the blonde didn't come out till my wife and her one older brother. They have no pigmentation in their hair at all. Solid
Wow.
white. And
Oh,
so
wow.
it took that many years for it to come out, but it did.
Wow. Huh?
So, yeah, I speak a little.
Yeah.
My daughter she says it's such a violent and hard language.
Schmetterling.
She goes, what? I said, when you hear it, the Americans, they make fun of it.
So butterfly.
Butterfly, Schmetterling.
In French.
Yeah, it's papillon in French. So yeah.
German.
How many languages do you speak?
English and
German.
German, and I can cuss in Spanish.
Mm.
I was raised in Arizona, so yeah, I learned all the bad words.
Right.
And everybody learns the bad words first. Anyway.
I know enough niceties in Korea to get by.
Yeah.
Same in Spanish.
She
and
loves
German.
studying languages. Because I work for the government, we have a website that has all the Rosetta Stone on it. And she used to use my password.
They thought
and
he
study,
knew all kinds of languages.
and all of a sudden they said, would you like to go and do a job over in here and there, like Spanish and stuff like that? And I'm going, I said, I don't speak Spanish to go there. Well, you passed all these courses in Rosetta Stone on the government website. I said, no, that is not I didn't ready at all. Yeah. You don't want to sit there to live.
Oh man, that's so cute. Wow. How do you guys like to spend your free time? You probably don't have a lot of it, do you?
We don't lately. It doesn't seem
No.
Going fishing this weekend. We're going fishing. Man, something else came up.
Yeah,
It is
every time
our life is
we
like
like to fish though. That would be
we love spending time on the boat together. And we have not taken the boat out one time this year.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
It's just every day, every weekend, it's something new. We got to go here. We got to go to Texas. We got to go to Arkansas. We got to go to Missouri. We got to go somewhere. Something's going on. And, but we spend I'm going to tell you, you know, when you're in love, you really know. I look at the clock at work, just anticipating I get to come home.
Oh, that's nice.
And be home with my best friend. When you live out in the country, she better be your best friend. Because there ain't nobody else around.
Go talk to the cows.
I mean, if I want to go to the store, I got to drive 20 dang miles to go get a gallon of milk.
That's why I was laughing. Was Rochelle, Brampton Gardner.
Oh yeah.
Anyone on their channel.
And stop sending pictures of naked firefighters to my wife.
Oh, that's something else. But that's true. That is so true, Mike. And when you're living in a place, I mean, we're on an island, so we kind of have to like each other.
Yeah.
Don't we?
I like you very much.
Yeah, I like you too. But it's true. You should kind of like the person that you're with when you're in close quarters.
And I don't think we've had a real fight at all since we've been together.
Yeah, little arguments.
But those aren't fights.
But not fights. No.
I'm used to my parents, slam them out.
Well, my first two marriages.
Yeah.
She liked the bad boys.
Well, she's got one that likes black. You ride a bike too, I guess?
I ride a 2019 Harley Street Glide Ultra.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
It's got a 1870 horsepower. I mean, it's I love it.
It's big and loud.
Yeah. It's big and loud.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't ride it right now because I have to have a hip replacement.
Oh,
And
dear.
I can't get that's why if you watch my videos, have you ever seen Batman, the old Batmans, with the penguin in it, the little fat dude? I walk like him because of my hips. I dislocated, I got kicked by a horse on this side.
Oh,
And when she kicked me, my hip popped out and it was laying under my skin on my belly.
oh,
And my son took me to the emergency room on the back of a flatbed truck because I couldn't get up into the bed, into the cab, and because I couldn't bend because my hip was on right next to my belly button.
oh.
And he had to get me to the hospital. And I thought it hurt when I got kicked. When they pulled that thing and reduced it back into the socket, yeah. I said a few choice words to those nurses in there. So
Oh my dear.
that's some serious pain.
that's why I walk funny when you see me. I'm always going back and forth because of
like the penguin.
like the penguin from Batman, because my hips are so tore up in there. So
Wow.
It says just don't quack when you walk.
Who was your childhood hero? Living or dead?
Childhood hero. Mine or his?
Either one of you, living or dead. They could be long gone or they could be here.
Yeah, my grandfather was my childhood.
Aww.
It was amazing.
Mine was my great grandmother, Alice Pauline. I used to go over there. When I was young, I guess I was 13. I used to walk all the way across town in Mesa to watch football with her, the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm a Chiefs fan now. So go Chiefs. And I would sit there on Sunday at the rest home because back then people would open up their homes to take the elderly in because Social Security would pay, part of their rent and food bills and all that stuff in these nursing homes. And I would sit over there and talk to her. And I was fascinated by the stories. She was born in Headley, Texas. Her mother and father had a cart, and her mother was pregnant, and she walked from Independence, Missouri, until she delivered in Headley, Texas. And when she delivered there, that's where it was a wagon train stop. I think there's one flashing yellow light at a four-way there now, because I had to go there and see where she was from. And then when she turned 3, they packed up everything from there because her mother worked as a cook at the stagecoach stop there. And when she turned 3, they walked from Headley, Texas, up in the Panhandle above Amarillo to the Phoenix Valley, where he was going to go to work in the mines and stuff up in that area. So I used to listen to her stories. She remembers the coyotes howling on the road and how scared she was and all that stuff. So to me, she was like, I hate driving to Amarillo from Phoenix. It's a horrible drive. And to sit there and say you walked
that far.
Walked. Oh my goodness.
It took 2 years for them to walk from there to the Phoenix Valley. And I just go, they don't make people like that no more.
Wow.
That's one old tough broad.
Yes.
She always had butterscotches in her. She always wore an apron. Always wore a dress and white shoes, and she had an apron with butterscotches in there, and they were always sticky and half melted. So yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet.
And my mom's is named after her, right? My mom's name is Alice, and my granddaughter's name is Alice.
Yeah.
So the name just keeps going.
And Coffee Walks and whatever said his mom was Alice or her.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. What were you going to say?
Um,
Our last question, I guess,
Here's
for
a-
you guys tonight.
Here's a question: if you came upon $1 million, how would you spend it?
I think and we talked about this.
Yeah.
You know, what if you won the lottery
Yeah.
or the Mega Millions and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Yeah.
I think that,
Thank you.
and I've always told her that it's not about us. I mean, we're doing pretty damn well, and even though she'll never admit it, don't touch my bank account. Don't touch. You know, she's a saver. I'm the guy who goes, man, wouldn't that be nice
He'll
to have
spend everything.
stuff like that? But I would secure the education of my grandchildren very, very first, and I would probably put $100,000 for each grandchild in a trust that they can only have if they go to college.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Right.
back to the bank.
Right. Right.
That's what I would do, because it's not about. I'm 62, okay,
Well, I wouldn't say college, trade school
or
college.
trade school.
Yeah.
They have to further their education, or they don't get it.
Right.
Right.
That would be the clause in there, which would force them to do it, and they could have the rest, whatever they didn't spend after they finished school, and they would have to get it, you know, at least a bachelor's degree or finish a trade school so they could feed themselves. And that's what I told Brittany. I said, don't ever depend on a man.
Yeah.
Don't get married until you can fend for yourself and you can make it. Then invite somebody into your life.
Yeah.
Other than that, don't depend on a man. And I'd say that to any woman, fend for yourself, know that you could take care of yourself, and then, you know, find a partner for life. Because when we met, I knew her story. I knew she was a single mom. I knew she struggled. I knew that she couldn't give her kids everything, but they got what they had to have. And she worked her ass off for that. And she was working when I met her and everything. I said, you know what? We get married. I make a pretty damn good living. I said, I don't really care if you work or you don't work. I don't care.
And it was a lot. Well, we moved around a lot too,
Yeah.
and that makes it harder to. Okay,
Yeah.
We
job,
agree.
but
Her
then-
job is to take care of me.
Yeah.
And she's done a phenomenal job with that.
Aw.
I'm a full-time job. She'll tell you that.
Oh, wow. It's been so nice visiting with you guys. I literally feel like we could go for hours more because there's so much more. Your lives are very, very interesting.
Oh.
So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for coming tonight. I'm so sorry for all the trouble at the beginning. That's
no
just
problem.
mortifying.
It's like I
Oh.
said, we've all been there. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But
Thank you
we
for having us on.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. It really has. And hope to talk to you guys again.
Okay.
And good night to everybody. And we're heading out.
I really enjoyed getting to know you guys.
Yeah. Hey guys, be kind to one another. Help somebody in need, and always think of that.
Yeah.
Always think of that.
And if
That's
you
right.
haven't subscribed to My Wild Home, do it now.
Yeah.
Thank
here.
you.
And if
Good
you
night,
wanna
everybody.
subscribe to us,
Yeah.
we welcome you to.